I'm Melanie from the Calcasieu Parish Library, Iowa branch. Today I want to talk about the term Orwellian and other words inspired by George Orwell. If you've been online in the past year or so, you've probably seen a reference to George Orwell's novels. Terms like Big Brother, doublethink, thought crime, thought police, and memory hole come from George Orwell's 1984. The terms groupthink and wrongthink were inspired by 1984. You've likely heard, Big Brother is watching you, 2 + 2 = 5, or some animals are more equal than others. These quotes come from 1984 and Animal Farm. How many quotes or Orwellian words have you heard of before? Let us know in the comments below. These novels are classics, and they are still read by some high school students in the Lake Charles area. I reached out to a lot of teachers in the area and found out that there are at least 2 classes that read 1984 in high school and 2 high school classes that read Animal Farm. Did you read one or both of these books? Did you read them in high school? Let us know in the comments also. Myself, we were assigned 1984 in high school, but I didn't read Animal Farm until later. Animal Farm is a short novel and a satire of Stalin's Soviet Union, but Orwell intended it to be more than just a satire of the Soviet Union. He wanted it to be a cautionary tale of a revolution gone wrong. The story is called a fairy tale and it's about talking animals, but don't let that fool you, there's plenty of brutality. The animals of Manor Farm are able to overthrow their cruel owner, Farmer Jones. The animals agree upon a set of rules and write them on the side of a barn. All the animals are supposed to be equal, but soon the pigs establish themselves as a ruling class. They start to take privileges for themselves, and eventually only the pigs and the dogs trained to serve them have enough to eat, while the other animals barely get by. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. The pigs silence anyone who opposes them by asking them if they would like the farmer to come back. If you don't do what the pigs decide, then the farmer will come back. They also train sheep to chant their slogans. They use the sheep's chanting so that animals who have disagreements cannot be heard. The pigs claim science is on their side, and they even convince the other animals to distrust their own memories. The best essay I've read on the necessities in a free society is Orwell's proposed preface to Animal Farm, Freedom of the Press. It talks about censorship, canceling people, intellectual freedom, and misinformation. It also mentions the anti-fascist movement of Orwell's time. Libby or Overdrive's copy of Animal Farm have the freedom of the press, and so does Every Man's Library version of Animal Farm. You can also find Orwell's The Freedom of the Press with a quick internet search. The term Orwellian refers to practices or ideas that are a danger to a free and open society. Orwellian means people are in danger of losing their identity, their ability to think, and their ability to find truth. Orwellian is used to describe the world in George Orwell's 1984. 1984 follows Winston Smith, a lowly party member who works for the Ministry of Truth. The party is the only political party in the giant country of Oceania. In the world of 1984, there are only 3 countries, and they are constantly at war with each other. And at the same time, the consciousness of being at war, and therefore in danger, makes the handing over of all power to a small caste seem the natural, unavoidable condition of survival. The party controls people's thoughts by controlling all forms of media. And every room has a telescreen, which is basically a TV and spy device. The telescreen constantly plays news and propaganda, and people cannot turn it off. They have to listen to it. Civilians are under constant surveillance thanks to technology. People routinely report each other to the thought police. Children will even turn in their parents. Anything and anyone that is perceived as a threat to the party must be eliminated. History is rewritten and science is ignored. Common sense is the enemy. People who are against the party are to be convinced that they are insane. The party is right. The party is always right. How can Winston find any personal freedom in the world of 1984? In 1984, Orwell is often given credit for predicting future trends and inventions. He accurately predicted that TV would be an important tool in influencing people's opinions. And I think it's fair to say that 1984's telescreen is a prediction of smart TVs and virtual assistants. He predicted that governments would invent weapons more powerful than the nuclear bombs dropped on Japan, and he was proven right. Thermonuclear weapons were invented in the early 1950s. These bombs were 450 times more powerful than the bomb used on Nagasaki. He predicted drone planes and also proposes that governments will use biological weapons and space weapons. Doublethink is one of the terms from 1984. It's a way to believe that two contradictory beliefs are true. Party members use it to ignore objective reality whenever they need to. People lose the ability to think critically, to search for the truth, and they don't even realize it. The party uses doublethink to deny that morality exists while laying claim to it. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. The Ministry of Truth determines what is reality. They produce the news, entertainment, education, and fine arts. They destroy and rewrite documents like books and newspapers. They alter recorded history to fit what the party currently holds as true. Every record has been destroyed or falsified. Every book has been rewritten. Every picture has been repainted. Every statue and street and building has been renamed. Every date has been altered. And that process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Nothing exists except an endless present in which the party is always right. Thought crime is a popular term from 1984, and the word wrongthink was derived from it. Thought crime is thinking anything that the party does not want you to think, is thinking anything that is inconvenient for the party. In the world of 1984, rulers have the technology to surveil their subjects at all times. They want to control their perception of reality and control their every thought. The thought police arrest anyone who commits thought crime. The people they arrest disappear. They destroy all evidence that that person ever existed. All mentions of them in print are destroyed, and all photographs are destroyed. In 1984, the government works to limit the English language in order to limit people's thoughts. Their goal is to make thought crime impossible. They want people to be incapable of articulating any thoughts that go against the party. In 1984, in Animal Farm, people lose control of their language, and so they lose their freedom. A biographical note: George Orwell's real name is Eric Blair. He was born in 1903. He fought for the Republican government during the Spanish Civil War, even though he himself was English. During the Spanish Civil War, he was shot through the throat by a sniper. He wanted to fight for the UK in World War II, but he wasn't able to because of his health. He died in 1950 at the age of 46. Thank you for joining me for this book talk. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know how many Orwellian terms you already knew, and if you read either Animal Farm or 1984. Thanks.